Hello everybody, this is a small tutorial to get you to remember that there is a lot to be said for editing your work really nicely before you submit it. You can of course edit on Google Slides or on PowerPoint or in whatever app it is you're on, but if you try and edit them before you upload them, it's just that much easier. So I've got a photograph here. I'm going to edit in 3 ways. We're going to keep it fairly simple today. We're going to edit and we're going to look at the crop tool, which is this one here, which is about the edges and the framing of the image. And then we're going to move on and look at the exposure, which is the brightness and the shadows. And then we're going to look at colour. So cropping the image. Bearing in mind this particular little project is asking us to look at framing an image, I'm going to just move in on the side here and see whether there's anything needs changing. I might think that if I move that up slightly, it works better, or I might decide to move it back down again. I might decide to get rid of the top. Just have a little play with it and see what you think. Now, I think, you know, when you look at your photographs, you need to just have a little play around until you're happy with it. That's actually framed fairly well, I think, at the moment, if I don't say so myself. So I think I don't need to do any more with that. So I'm going to leave that like that. Okay, I'm going to go along here and I'm going to look at all the other little things that are available to me. This is the automatic colour setting, which we're going to just leave for now, but we'll come back to that one. This is the settings palette. And there are lots and lots of different ones here that you might have explored on your phone. You might not have them. But I would recommend you having a really good look through them and seeing what each one of them does. We want a photograph to be clear, bright, but not bleached out. So we're going to look at the settings here. We're going to look at exposure. That's the brightness and the shadows. So if I turn the exposure up on this now, does it enhance the image or does it not enhance the image? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move it so the whites are white. So I'm going to make it a little bit brighter than it was. That's the line where it was. I'm going to leave it there. Then I'm going to move along to brilliance. That one just sharpens up the image a little bit. Then we move to highlights. Again, making the whites white until we go all the way around this line here. My shadows, I think I'm going to go for more shadow to make it more atmospheric and makes this door in the foreground on the left just that little bit more present so you can see it a bit more. Go for contrast, again, tweak that a tiny bit. You don't have to affect every one of these. Right, so when I'm happy with that, I'm going to click done just to save that setting, then go back in. And my final check is going to be along the line here. I'm going to look at the colour. You can see that easily. I'm going to go for saturation first. So saturation, you can see here that strong colour starting to come out in the woodwork and the green of the settee and the yellow on the floor. So don't turn it up too much, but you want a nice rich colour. That's absolutely fine. I think that's okay. I'm going to move along to vibrance, see what that does. Doesn't change it too much more, so I'm going to leave that where it is. I'm going to press done because I'm now happy with this image. If I go back into edit and just have a quick look at those presets that we had originally, if we move along here, you can whiz along and you can turn it to a black and white image, and that really changes the atmosphere of it. That actually, as an image, is a lot more moody and dramatic because it's in black and white and it's a lot of shadow, but you can still make out the figure at the window, at the mantelpiece, not looking very happy. And that is a view through there. So you could choose to save one in black and white, or you could go for your original settings. I would like it if you kept to your own settings rather than just picking Instagram choices, but it's entirely up to you. But try and stick to ones that you've created yourself. So I'm going to save that now. I'm going to go back and I'm happy with that. and I'm going to leave that back there. There we go, done. And I'm not going to delete it. And that's the end of that little tutorial. So if you've got any more questions, keep in touch with me. Hopefully this will help you on the next stage to improving your photos at GCSE. See you later.